Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I just got off of work. It is like almost 6 o'clock in the evening right now. And I'm sitting outside of a game store waiting on my friends. I don't play games too often. Sometimes I will, like Super Mario Kart or something. But other than that, not really. So I'm trying not to be too awkward. There's like guys that are out here and they're looking at me. I can't. So, darling, do you want to hear something so funny that I went through today at work? Yes. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I can't fucking move. Hey, Bells. Look, there's my dog. Bella, say hi. Look at this bra on. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys, those prebiotic waters, these guys are staring at me, dead ass staring at me. These prebiotic waters work wonders. If you are plugged up or you have to fart and you are gassy, it will help, darling. It will help you. Right, Bells? Bella? Hi! Anyways, so, okay, guys, there's this funny story I was gonna tell you, right? There's this guy. Okay, if anybody's watching me that knows this guy, that any of the girls that might date this guy. Okay, I don't mean nothing against you, nothing against anybody. I'm just telling a story for my channel because I think it's kind of funny. But I do not tell like the real names of these people. Okay, so there's this guy, right, at my job. Well, not my job, but a job that I've done previously. Okay. There's a job that I did previously, and there's this guy, and he's kind of an older guy. It's my mom. My mom's like waiting for me. I have to go by her house. She's gonna help me with some paperwork. So this guy, right? He had a major crush on me, and he's kind of older. I don't want to say how old he is. But I will say this. Okay, he's from Trinidad, right? He's from Trinidad. He does have a very thick accent, and God, he has a very thick accent, and his first language is French, so he speaks French before anything else. So he speaks French, and he's from Trinidad, and he's like older, right? He's like an older dude, so he really liked me, and I'm just like, okay, like, like we could talk or whatever as like friends, but that's all it's gonna be. It's not gonna be anything more than that. So I don't want people to like think I'm recording. I'm not. So this dude used to come to my job when I did something previously, not this job now, but previously. And he kept wanting to take me on a date. He kept wanting to like hang out and stuff, and I'm like, I can't, And so I'm just like, okay, guys, don't judge me. You're gonna think I'm awful. Okay, you're gonna think I'm awful. But this guy kept bugging me. He kept bugging me, and I just found it very rude and disrespectful. And I like avoided him and ignored him, and he kept coming after me, and he kept following me and trying to touch me and complimenting me. Oh, I like your makeup. I like your hair. I like your outfit today. All this fucking shit that guys feed you just to get in your fucking panties. So, and by the way, he never got in my panties because I didn't let it get that far. I did not want to, and he was a lot older than me. So he has a kid, right? And his kid was kind of grown, I guess, but she saw me and she thought I was so gorgeous and whatever, and she wanted me to date him, and he wanted to introduce me. I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? It's just so awkward. And so, okay, you guys. TMI, it's not bad, but just telling my life story. Me and one of my friends, right? Like, I was hanging out with one of my friends, and she's like, when we spent the last of our money, so we didn't really have any money. And I'm like, she's like, I'm hungry. And it was so weird because we was in this guy's hometown, and I forgot all about him, and I'm like, yo, I don't have any money either. Like my money's in the bank. I can't touch it. I have a budget and I can't go over that budget. And If I do, it's my ass. So neither one of us had any more money, and we was kind of being stupid at that time. This was a few years back. We was kind of being stupid at that time, and we decided, I was like, hey, so-and-so lives here. You know, he's always telling me if I'm ever in town to hit him up. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, okay. So, like, so let's call him. So we called him, and he goes, hello, how are you? What are you doing? You know? I'm like, look at this car. Look at them shoes on their freaking window. Like, those are real baby shoes, dead ass baby shoes. Anyway, he's like, yeah, come to eat lunch with me. Come to eat lunch with me and bring your friend, you know, because I was like, I'm not by myself. I have my friend with me. Because I told her, I'm like, you hungry? And she's like, I told you I'm hungry. She's like, I'm starving. A fat bitch gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, God forgive me. I'm so awful for this, but this guy is a dog. So dogs get treated like dogs. You know what I mean? So he's like, yeah, bring your friends. So I'm like, okay. Y'all, he paid for lunch. Like, he paid for lunch. He left for tip and everything. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a bum-ass bitch or anything, but he paid for everything, and we're just like, all right, ta-ta, you know. And yeah, that was the biggest mistake I ever made, because my friend was fucking hungry, and because this guy was a dog, and I felt like, you know what, fuck it. I'm taking advantage of the situation right now, because he's a motherfucking nasty-ass motherfucker. And he used to tell me, come to the hotel and suck my dick. You could suck my dick, you know? And I'm just like, yo, that's fucking rude. Like, you're crazy. Like, I'm not gonna do that with your old nasty ass, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, you're fucking gross. Like, you're old enough to be my father. My mom's probably watching. I'm sorry. But he's old enough to be my dad, you guys. And he really thought he was getting somewhere, and I don't like to lead people on, so I just kind of like cut it off there. I didn't like talk to him anymore. And then he started showing up to my job that I had previously, and he would come in and like give me money and stuff, and I'm like, what are you giving me money for? Like, I don't need that, I don't want that, you know. But he would make sure I got it. And then he would come in there when I on my days off and try to like look for me and stuff, and I'm just like, nah. And then there was a lady that worked in the same place as me. I don't know her, but I mean, I know of her, like I've seen her, but I don't know her personally, or I never really know. And she approached my friend, and my friend told me to come over, and I'm like, what, you know? It was kind of like a busy place. And she's like, hey, do you know so-and-so and so-and-so? I'm like, I'm not personally, but yeah, he's a really nice person, you know. She's okay, because I talked to him from this place, and he told me that he knows you and that you're his close friend and good friend and this and that. I was like, I don't know about all that. I'm like, but I do know him, I do talk to him, he's a really nice guy, like, you should talk to him, you know. And I'm just trying to get this dude off, you know, off of my back. I'm trying to give him to her, because he is annoying me, and he's stalking me and coming into my job and stuff. But at the same time, I should have never had lunch with him, but I never went by myself, so nothing ever happened between us. And I can, honest to God, say this, you know, like, on my grandmother, I've never done anything with this guy. No kiss, no nothing. So he's just like a little bitty guy, kind of, because I'm a big girl, you know, and I attract a lot of little men. And this dude, well, he's probably like 5'7", 5'8", and he don't look that small compared to me, but you know, he really liked me. He's always trying to brag about, oh, I'm so strong. Ask my ex-wife. I'm strong. I'm this and this and that. You know, he's like retired military and stuff, and he made good money and stuff. He had a good job, but not my type. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, nah. And he's just like too crazy acting, like too much. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, like, he was just way too much for me. He was high strung. I think he had like ADHD and something else, but not judging. You know, not judging. There's nothing wrong with that, but he just kept coming around, you know, and he was like, you know, oh, have my number, call me, and I'm just like, no. And he would like try to call and text, no. So then he came in another time with this other guy, and then he would always like look at me like, you know, I know when a guy's checking me out, it's kind of uncomfortable, because I'm just like, ew, like, stop looking at me, you nasty asshole. And they do that in front of my family and my friends and everything. Like, when I'm with my cousins or my mom or my, you know, whoever, like, these guys check me out. That's why I always try to hang out with my male family members or friends, because guys, when they see me with another guy, they don't do that. Sometimes they do, and they be kind of crazy. But it gets kind of serious when, you know, like, if you know me, you know it gets kind of serious when guys try to flirt when we're in public and stuff. So I just kind of ignore it, because I'm used to it. It's a normal thing to me. So, I saw this guy another time, right? It wasn't that long ago. It was actually maybe within like a couple of months. And he was with this new girl. Well, the other lady, she started hanging out. She said she didn't, but I know she does. And, you know, like, I'm happy for her because he doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, he kind of does because I see him with her, and then I seen them live together and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my god, this guy is crazy. Like, he's dead ass getting a BJ in the parking lot. And I'm just like, I would never do that with him because I'm better than that. Like, I'm not gonna go and give you a BJ just because, you know, I don't know you. Like, that's crazy. And he's too pushy with it. So this lady, he was hanging out with her, and then he was like, wait, first he hung out with me, then he hung out with her, then he was talking to this girl before me, and then it was kind of a turn off because when I saw that he had all these saved pictures of her in his phone and stuff, like he would show me, I'm like, no, this would never happen, you know, because that's like a main thing. Like, it could have been, you know, like I could have hung out with him and liked him, but if it wasn't for the fact that he had pictures of his recent girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and she was young too, she was probably like my age at the time. But I'm just like, yo, you know, you guy that's stuck on a girl, no, definitely not. Can't. Moving on. So he just wouldn't leave me alone after that. Like, he became obsessed and infatuated and all of that and wanted sexual favors and shit, you know. I want a son, I want a son. Like, he always told me he wanted a son. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you want. You better go adopt a child or get you a dog or something because I'm not giving you shit. And anyways, it was just crazy. But I saw him with this girl. Wait, he had a girlfriend before anyone. And then he's trying to talk to me. Then he was talking to this other lady, and she approached me about it. And she's kind of weird about it after that. But I never did anything with him. I told her I never did anything with him. He's just a really nice guy. So you should really talk to him. Go for it. He seems nice, you know. Nothing ever happened between us. And I think she kind of thought about it, but she did. She started messing with him and stuff. And then it was funny because, like, I seen him and I had to deal with him, and then he was like with this other lady, right? She was like probably like his age, probably like 50, and she was an older African American lady, I'm gonna say, and she was like kind of, you know, like kind of had like an attitude towards me, but I could understand, you know what I mean? Like, I felt for her because I'm just like nothing ever, she don't know nothing ever happened between us. She don't know how he really is. Probably she doesn't know that I didn't like him like that. And he was grabbing my hand in front of her, y'all. Like, I know this feeling because this happened to me. Like, I dealt with this with an ex-boyfriend in public with this girl, and I was very uncomfortable. I was about to rip her fucking face off because I was so upset. And then I ripped his ass afterwards, but he said, oh, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I'm like, motherfucker. And that was the end of it with us, you know. So, but he grabbed my hand in front of her, and he was like holding my hand, and he was like touching my hand, and he's like, oh, you look so nice tonight. And I'm just like, you nasty ass fucking pervert. Like, you are with a date, you have her with you, and you come into my workplace, and I have to deal with you, and you're sitting there touching my hand, complimenting me, telling me how pretty and how nice I look. Like, I didn't even look nice. I was in my work clothes. So apparently he thought I looked nice no matter what I had on. So, and I've been told that. So thank you, but not gonna happen. And she's just like this. She's sitting there, she's like she looked so upset, but I kind of made it to like made her feel a little more comfortable. Like, I moved, you know, and I more was talking towards her and not him because he's a fucking pervert. And I knew she was just there because, you know, she thought he was a nice guy, and, you know, she probably liked him and didn't know he was a pervert and all that. And I'm pretty sure she probably, I don't know, maybe she just uses him for sex. Maybe she uses him to take him out like what I did. I was doing my girl a favor though. She was starving, y'all. She had the ride. She was my transportation. She was my wheels. So I'm like, I gotta feed a bitch in order to, you know, and that can't be over my budget. So this guy's a pervert. Oh yeah, definitely gonna take his money. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm fucking totally joking, guys. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Not all the time. I'm just kidding. So I still see him, and every time I see him, I tell all of my friends, I'm like, yo, there's that nasty ass fucking pervert. You guys get him away from me. Oh, like they're like, pervert? What you mean pervert? I'm like, that's the guy that told me, oh, you come meet me at the hotel and you suck my dick. And I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. Like, you're fucking disgusting. No, I would never put your nasty, wrinkly, old ball sacks in my mouth, buddy. Like, that is just nasty. So, and my friend that was with me, she's just like, oh my god, because you know, it was funny. He's like, oh, meet me here, meet me at this gas station. We're like, at this fucking gas station, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, my car's in the shop, come meet me. So we're like, okay, whatever. So we go in, we're waiting there, and we're like, where the fuck is he? And he's on the phone, and I'm like, I was like, man, I'm doing you a fucking favor, like, this is crazy. She's like, bitch, I'm your fucking transportation right now. She's like, you better feed me. And I'm like, it's like, I can't even tell her she owes me one because she can't owe me one, you know? So I'm like, fuck it, man. I had to just fucking suck it up and just go with it. And she's like, he comes pulling, there's this fucking minivan that comes speeding around a corner so fast, like fucking 80 miles an hour, and it looks like it almost tips over. And he's like, hello, guys. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Like, that's all he does is he laughs. And I'm like, I'm looking at her like, yo, was that him? She's like, oh my god, he's driving a fucking minivan and it has a fucking dent in the back. And I'm just like, oh my god. When he turned the corner, right? That dude had a huge gash on the side of his fucking van. Like, it's no joke. Like, there was a huge gash, like somebody fucking slammed into him. Like, this is just my backup car. I have my other car in the shop. I'm like, okay, yeah. So he's like, follow me. So we followed him. And that's how he talks, you guys. He has a fucking accent. Like, he's from Trinidad, like I said. So we followed him, and I was like, oh my god, is he taking us to McDonald's? Because McDonald's was right there, and she was really fucking cracking it. And then I'm like, my heart's racing. I'm so scared. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? What am I getting myself into? Why the fuck did I agree to do this? And she's like, because I'm hungry, bitch. I'm like, okay. So then she was laughing. She's like, are we going to McDonald's? I was like, what are we going to order, you know? And it was weird because we didn't go to McDonald's. He took us to this like bar and grill place. So we went in, and her and I sat together. He sat on the other side. But before we went in, he told me, he's like, he ordered, and he told us, just get whatever you want. He's like, and I'll be right back. I have to go and take my daughter to work. And we're like, this is even better. Like, okay. So we got our food and everything, and he came in like 15 minutes later, and we were there already eating. So we were just talking, and, you know, me and her was sitting there, and he comes in and he starts eating, and he complains about the food. And he's like, no, he said something. He's like, I need something. I need this. I need that. I need this. You know, and then they got it for him, and I'm just like, ew, like looking at her like, ew, you know, like, what an ass. So then he paid for the food, and then y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I told my friend, I kid you not, this is what turned me off even more, y'all. He ate like a chicken sandwich, like a grilled chicken sandwich, right? And he was like trying to reach in to kiss me, and he's like, and he had like a big old piece of fucking chicken chewed up in his teeth right here, a huge piece. And my friend's like, you should have just kissed him. He's so nice. I'm like, he's a fucking pervert. He doesn't fucking have good hygiene. And I'm not kissing him because he's already obsessed with me. And I didn't even do anything with the guy. I don't even talk to the guy. And he fucking stalks me. He stalks my life. And she was cracking up. And she's like, it was just a piece of chicken in his teeth. He comes in to kiss me. And I was like, he kisses me on the cheek, and I'm like, ew, ew, gross. But the food was really good, though. The food was hella fucking good. Excuse my language. I use very vulgar language. I apologize. But that is how I feel. My emotions are making me very angry. No, I'm just kidding. But he was so gross, you guys, and I still see him to this day, and he always, like, he kind of chilled out a little bit, because I kind of gave him that vibe, like, you know, I'm not really fucking with you, I don't really like you, you're a pervert. And then that whole lady situation, like, you know, like, now he's messing with women his age, and I'm kind of happy for him, because I'm just like, you know, like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, he has a daughter that is younger than me, but she looks older than me. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Let me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My social medias are linked in the description below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I do customs. Customs are available at all times. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. God bless you. See